Hey, what's going on, y'all? T-Dog back with another video. So I hope y'all are having a good day, night, whatever, wherever you're at. Hope you're having a good time. So today I want to talk about why I think the Bay Area sucks. And I've been living out here for a long time. And mainly I'm just talking about the Bay Area as in West Coast, like the coast of California. Really not just the Bay, but if you mainly live on the coast of California, your city sucks. And I've lived in almost every city in California. I'm not going to say every city, but well, I'll just start from the beginning. I was born in San Diego. I was raised in Sacramento. I lived in Oakland for a little while when I was a kid. Then I moved to Santa Rosa, Roanoke Park area. And then from there, I moved back to Oakland. That's where I'm at currently. I also lived in Stockton for a little while. That was just a couple years ago. I lived out there for about a year. Lost my job, then I had to come back to California. That's a whole nother story for another video. But anyway, I've lived in a few different cities out here, right? And I've lived in Oakland for a while, so I've been in a lot of different cities in this area around Oakland. Richmond, San Francisco, all the way to San Mateo, all the way to Sac, all the way to Tracy, all the way to Bay Point, all the way to Walnut Creek, Orinda, all those areas out there, Concord and whatnot. I've been to all of them. And I would say the ones that suck the most: Oakland, San Francisco. They're really competing they're competing to see who's the worst, in my opinion, honestly. I'd say back and forth. I'd say San Francisco's a little better because they have a little bit more going on, and a lot of their stuff is 24 hours, so you have more of a variety of things to do. Oakland, I moved back out here to Oakland around 2014, and when I first moved out here, there was a lot of stuff to do, right? It was one of the more happening places, or whatever you want to call it. Like, most people were coming out here for First Fridays, but they're also coming out here every weekend just to do something. On top of that, you had the Raiders games, the Warriors games, and then the A's, right? And then on top of that, all the other things that were going on at the Oracle, and just on the Broadway Strip. Just in general, there used to be just a whole strip of bars and clubs, and they're pretty much all gone now. Besides that, let's get into why I think really just Oakland, because I live in Oakland, so I don't really know how the family environment is in other cities. But Oakland, we'll have to say, has the worst demographic, or really just the worst city when it comes to family-oriented things, right? So I got 2 kids, and I got a wife, and I got quite a few family members out here, and sometimes we try to do stuff together, and it's either 1, way too expensive, or 2, no parking, or 3, all of the above, or just extremely dirty. That's another problem I'm having. They do have quite a few parks in Oakland, but all of them are so dirty and disgusting, and they're really tiny, right? There's one park. I'm gonna do a video on all the different parks in Oakland, and I'll say maybe there's 1 or 2 parks that are really nice. We got this one park called Frog Park. If you know about Frog Park, it's like right across the street from the Claremont DMV. That one's really nice, but there's just so many people there. It's like one of those mega parks, kinda. But there's just always so many kids and so many parents there. It's like hard to do anything. And then there's a few other parks, but most of them are just run down and dirty, filled with homeless people, filled with trash, needles, poop, pee, whatever, you name it. They have it at those parks, and kids don't really look for those things unless you're constantly on them. But even if you're on them trying to get them to look at everything, they're going to be looking at the swing, but they're not going to see all the things that they're running through to get to the swing. Anyway, I'll just say this is really just a rant on why I don't like living in Oakland. I know there's other cities around me that are pretty nice, but they're a little too far out or they're too expensive to live in. It's weird coming from someone that lives in Oakland, but actually the prices went down in Oakland. So it's a little cheaper to live in Oakland, and now it's more expensive in other cities. As to a couple years ago, it was cheaper in other cities and more expensive in Oakland. So now they're trying to keep people in Oakland by lowering the rent and utilities and all that in the area. But at the same time, there's nothing to do. So yeah, you got a cheap apartment, but you have nothing to do around it. All the food stores closed. Like most of the grocery stores gone. You only have a few. I do have my main stores I go to. If you want to hear about that on another video, I'd love to share which stores I go to and which stores I think save me the most money with certain types of items. Because I even go to Whole Foods, and there's a way to shop at Whole Foods if you want to see. You don't just go to Whole Foods and buy anything. You're just wasting your money. You got to buy different things from different stores. Different stores have different products that are priced differently. But back to Oakland, it's just really a dirty, scummy city, and really to have fun in a family environment, at least, you have to go to a different city. You're not gonna have fun in Oakland. It's too dirty, and everyone says go to the lake. I live across the street from the lake. It's dirty, trust me. It's disgusting. I don't even see how people go kayaking in that lake. It's literally green, and it's not because of the trees, because there's no trees. And if there are, trust me, it's just all old algae and bacteria. The lake connects to the ocean, but it doesn't filter through properly, so that's why the lake in Oakland smells so bad. Anyway, I'm getting a little off topic, but mainly to kind of wrap this video up, the cities in the Bay Area aren't the best. I would say the best living I ever had was living in Valley, Sacramento, Stockton, Lodi. That was the funnest I ever had. And I do remember San Diego. I was really young when I lived in San Diego, but I do remember there being more things to do. Nice beaches, nice amusement parks, zoos. We don't have any beaches in Oakland. We don't have any amusement parks in Oakland. I just went to the zoo. I took my family to the zoo a couple of days ago. I used to work there, actually. It's just small. Everything's spread out, and most of the animals are gone. So you go there trying to look for the elephants or whatever. They're not there anymore. So it's really just an empty zoo, and it's kind of expensive. If you do have an EBT card, you can get in for like $5 or something crazy. It's really cheap. But yeah, I mean, for most people, if you're wondering, hey, should I move to Oakland? Honestly, I wouldn't. Unless you have a job specifically in Oakland and you're looking to just save up some money and possibly moving to another state or city, I am for that, but I would not say stay in Oakland as a permanent thing. Oakland is just scummy. That's all I can really say. I mean, if things were a little bit better, like when it came to parking, there's no parking in Oakland. And if you do have a parking spot, you are lucky. Way too expensive, way too small, way too dirty, way too many homeless people. Not enough stuff to do. Too many stores that are closed down. Not enough grocery stores in the area. I didn't even touch on fast food. The fast food in Oakland, garbage. Horrible customer service. No one cares. They'll just basically throw your food. Oh my God, I just got attacked by a little... See that? I got attacked by a little bee. That's what I get for talking, right? But no, the fast food there is really bad. They just don't really have good customer service in Oakland. Um, and like I said, there's not really a lot to do unless you're going out and constantly trying to go to the lake or something. But like I said, I live across the street from the lake, so there's only so much lake I can take, you know. Um, so really, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. A lot of people get mad when I talk about Oakland and say that there's nothing really to do, but then when I bring these things up front, they're like, yeah, I guess I never really thought about it like that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, what are we supposed to do in Oakland now that all the football team, the basketball team, and now the baseball team is leaving? What are we gonna do? There's no amusement parks. All the parks, the playgrounds are dirty and filthy, so I can't take my family there. There's nothing really to do when you walk around. Like, what are you supposed to do when you walk around? Go stare at a junkie? I don't know. But anyway, I hope y'all like this video. I'm going to come out with a couple more videos on Oakland. I'm going to show you the parks. I'm going to go to different parks, and I'll show you how dirty they are. I'm going to go to different grocery stores and show you how many there are. And I might even do a few videos on going to a fast food restaurant, and I'll show you how bad the customer service is. Same thing with the parking. I'll show you what I have to go through in getting a parking spot every single day, 2 to 3 times a day if I'm going somewhere, right? Anyway, if y'all like my video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment and subscribe if you feel like it. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day. Peace.